Well, a friend of mine down in Australia, I told him I was coming up.
Yeah.
And he makes these things. They're called the bee's knees reel spooler.
Yeah.
And what you do is you put the line on like that.
Yeah.
You've got your locking nut, and you can adjust the tension.
Right. To get it on the reel tight, that's important.
As much as you want.
So we need to be back here doing shit without losing the control of the spool. And that's going to be the ticket to doing that right there.
Awesome.
That's the key to it all right there, is that give right there. Very simple. Very nice. Well done.
G'day Frank, it's nice for you to come up to the Gold Coast to show me your new Busted Knees line winder, code BF216. You know, the most important thing about spooling a reel, the line's got to go on tight. And with this setup we've got here, we've got the bee's knees set up down the back of the table there. And I've actually set the drag on that, and I've set the drag on the spool with the bee's knees at 8 kilos because we're putting on 24 kilo line.
Yep.
When I normally spool, I actually would be doing it at around about 12 kilos because strike drag's a third, sunset's about 15, so you really need to put the line on tight, and that's where one of the greatest failures is with spooling line is people just don't put it on tight enough. Even shops, and some shops really screw that up, and with braid, you know, you've really got to get that on tight. So we're really going to push this to the limit, and we've even got a great little line guide here, which actually isn't falling off, it's staying on there, which is great, and it's actually got a an actual line meter there to know how many meters you're putting on there, which is great. So you know how much line you've got left on your spools, you know how long your top shots are, so you know how many top shots you can get off your spool. You've got this set up with braid on the back, backing, and you've tied not a very fancy knot to get it going.
No. I thought we were going to have a test run, but we haven't actually had a test run.
No, we're not doing a test run.
No, we're just going to go straight
We'll break
into
it on camera if we're going to break it.
And this is actually something that you designed about maybe 2 years ago. You sent me a message saying make something with the rollers.
Make something with rollers, because that's been one of the biggest drawbacks, you know, and when I've been spooling using the commercial stuff, whatever we've been using has been getting hot. Which means the line's getting weaker, you know, and I'm not really a record fisherman, I don't claim records, but I like catching large fish on light tackle, and my main line tackle is 8 kg. You burn that, it's down to 5.5.
Right.
So it's really critical to really not damage your line, even to the point where when I spool a reel, I actually go to the extent of actually spraying the spool with silicone or soak it in water for a long time, because you'll hear the line crack off the spool when there's enough drag on it, and each one of that cracking noise is actually burning the line. You know, even when it's coming off the reel, if it's not tight enough, you'll hear it crack. And that's damaging the line. So it's critical to have a roller system. You've got 3 rollers on this, which is fantastic, and it's got a swiveling handle. So that's a perfect design.
I'm a bit nervous.
You should.
I reckon we should have had a test run.
No test runs. We'll just get through that knot. And we're starting off slow. I like this. That's turned out really well. That's a lot better than the design I sent you.
It's nice to use, isn't it?
Okay, so we'll speed up a bit. Alright, that's a lot more tension, and it's doing really well. Oh, there's a lot of drag on there. Alright, did the job well, haven't broken it, and that last bit was actually at 15 kilo drag, which is certainly what an 80 gets.
Yeah, that's actually more than enough.
Yeah, and considering you haven't got a couple of screws in there because you forgot them.
Yeah.
Good on you.
It's not too bad.
It's passed the test. And you know what? It's very easy to use. In fact, it's so quick to use, you're not going to miss having a beer for 5 minutes. Before we do that, we'll just sort of go through the other stuff that you got. We've got this great little cam setup that you've got here for the thread lines that we'll be using later. So it's just a matter of turning it, slotting the spool in, tightening it up, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I actually found that it works best. It works either way, from the outside or from the inside. But if you hold it from the inside out,
I'd do it from the inside, so
Yeah,
you
it
go up the
doesn't.
spool.
And it doesn't open itself up either.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's as simple as that.
Yeah, and then
And that's on there,
and then the rubber cone.
going the other way.
The rubber cone just goes on the other side and holds it in
Oh,
place.
fantastic. Frank, that's I think what we need to show people, and that's fantastic.
That's got
Well, look,
stuff.
I'm happy with this stuff. I think it's fantastic. And you're not taking this home. I'll keep it.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I don't know if you're going to get travel
I'm
in planes
so
all over
happy.
Australia to sell one at a
No,
time.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you spend the time setting it up and actually spending the time with me.
I can tell you, Frank, I've been in this industry. I guess I started screwing around with stuff when I was about 14, so about 50 years.
Yeah.
And in Australia, we are the country of inventors and innovators.
Yeah.
But in the tackle industry, especially in game fishing, and there's been some great ones, like Jack Erskine with his reel modifications, Jim Allen doing wide reels, Peter Gadeby with his stuff. And you're going to go in those annals, Frank. You're doing innovations that serve a purpose and make our life a better one.
Yeah.
And this is certainly... Putting line on reels has been one of the biggest problems for people. They actually take them to shops, the shops screw it up, and then people blame the shop. You shouldn't have taken it to a shop, you should have done it yourself. Thanks, Frank.
No worries. No, thanks heaps. All right.
My pleasure.
Champion.
Thank you.
Thank you.